Welcome to Season 3 of Ordinary Guys Bourbon.
Season 3.
Hello there. On the program today, a very special guest, someone who's anything but ordinary. You know this guy, Greg Stevens, my dad.
I've been here before.
Dad, how you doing?
Doing real good.
So, we were originally going to record this earlier today.
Yeah.
And being back in Michigan for a short period of time, I had to get my White Castle fixing.
Okay.
And I was worried that the lingering effect on the palate might skew our review.
Okay.
Right? I mean, White Castle kind of lingers with you for a little while,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So we had to postpone a little bit. I hope you didn't mind. We've been having crystals, because I've been in the South a lot.
Yeah.
And White Castle, there's only three states where there's White Castles and crystals. I think it's Kentucky, like Virginia, and Florida.
Maybe Georgia.
But apart from that, it's separate. Georgia's a crystal
Oh, is it?
state. Yeah. Crystals and White Castle, no relation to them between the two of them.
No.
Different. White Castle is older. I think White Castle started in like the 20s, and Crystal started in the 30s. Crystals does have little pups, which are like little corn dogs.
Yeah.
And they have I think a larger variety of breakfast offerings, including grits.
Okay.
They also have an eating competition. Now you might remember that back in high school with Jeremy Berard, I was amazed that he had 22 White Castles in one sitting.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I had 21. Right? They're gross.
Oh boy.
But the record, Crystals and White Castles are about the same, right? Yeah. White Castles has the 5 holes in the patty, right? Very onion forward flavor, right? Crystals doesn't have the holes in the patty, and it's more of a mustard. They're heavy on mustard, right? But they have an eating competition.
Okay.
At Crystals. The record is 103.
Oh boy.
In
one day?
It was Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
One sitting, probably like 8 minutes.
Oh.
103
Crazy.
Crystal burgers. So, but it got me thinking. So White Castle is an old-fashioned kind of place, right? And they've got places like Bates, right? Bates. I always think that's an old-fashioned place. But then I think about like clips of the Happy Days, right? And then we're talking about like the '60s and your youth, right? What kind of place did you guys go to?
There was a place called Top Hat that was similar to White Castle. Then there was another one called White Tower that was similar. They even copied the building design of White Castle.
Looked like a castle?
And they sued them. White
Okay.
Castle sued them.
But like when I see Happy Days, I see like people going inside and there's there's car hops outside maybe, and
jukebox inside.
But that's not a White Castle thing.
No.
So there were different restaurants that you guys frequented for that?
Yeah.
And would you just meet up with your hot rods and chase women or what?
There was Blazos and there was I can't think of the other name. Blazos and
McDonald's?
Daily Burgers.
Daily Burgers?
Yeah. That was a good one.
So like Daly's has an indoor restaurant and it also has the car.
Yeah, I think there's only one Daly's left. It's on Plymouth Road in Livonia.
Yeah, Laura took me there. I'd never been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Burger or footlong hot dog?
Something I'm not gonna get again. I'll tell you that much. Right. Yeah, I wasn't that impressed, but you guys, you'd meet up and have your cars there and rev the engines and get some soda and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that where you picked up Mom?
I think she picked me up there.
That's probably the right answer.
In that Chrysler convertible of hers.
Was it yellow?
65 Chrysler convertible, Newport.
Was it yellow?
Yeah, yellow.
Must have been like a banana.
Yeah.
That was one of those real long things, right?
It was real long, big.
Was that at the same time that you had your GTO, or were
Yeah.
you in the Volkswagen Beetle at this point?
No, I still had the GTO then.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other cars did you have besides the?
64 Comet, 66 GTO, 69 Volkswagen, then all kinds of cars. I can't remember all the cars we've had.
But so the Comet, that was kind of supposed to be a little roadster, wasn't it?
That was a good car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it 2-door?
It was a 2-door hardtop.
Okay.
I did some work on the engine, juiced it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put a dual 4-barrel carburetor on there. But the GTO had tri-power.
And
Three deuces.
That was rare, right? Rarer?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
More rare?
Yeah.
There we go. Well, So this is season 3, and we're getting off to a little bit of a rocky start on season 3, right? Okay. We did do some things that I think are going to make the production value better, right? We made some investments in our video cameras, made some investment in audio, right? We've got the 2 camera setup now. I don't even know how to do that, right? We got Mom moving a camera around, kind of, I'll edit that maybe later on. Yeah. We do have the new tasting ballot, right? That's new. Yeah. We added availability is what we added.
That's a good one.
And that was based on feedback from our now, I think, 151 subscribers, right? Oh, okay. So we're really rounding the corner. But this season 3 will be a transitional season for us, right? So we're going to try some different things. I'm going to try a different splash screen, right? Obviously, the audio and video will probably take a little bit of an adjustment to get that working out. Certainly, the 2 camera thing, I don't know what I'm doing with that, right? But I figured let's start things off with Journeyman Distillery Featherbone Bourbon Whiskey.
Sounds good.
Which is what we have right here. This it's a Michigan product, right? And there is a lot to unravel with this one. So Journeyman Distillery, this offering is $42.99. Okay? Journeyman Distillery is a newcomer. Yeah. Founded in 2010 or 2011, I couldn't really figure that out, by husband and wife team Bill and Joanna Welter. The path to the distillery is anything but traditional. Bill was an aspiring golfer, much like Joe. Yeah. From Indiana. He played golf for Missouri State, and upon graduating in 2000, Bill set off for Scotland to work at St. Andrews. That's how vested this guy was. Yeah. He met some people in between washing dishes and golfing and returned back to Indiana in 2001 to work at a small community bank his family owned until it closed in 2006, or around 2006. Somehow Bill ended up working at the Gold Belly Pizza delivering Chicago pizza and oven grinder in the Lincoln Park neighborhood of Chicago. That's where he met his wife, Joanna. According to online chronologies, Bill spent some time at the Nant Distillery in Tasmania, learning the craft of distilling from Greg Ramsey, whom he had met waiting tables in Scotland. He also spent a short period of time working interning at Covell Distillery, where Journeyman was founded. Johanna, meanwhile, spent some time, presumably after Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder, working at Four Seasons and a Ritz-Carlton hotel. Okay. So early batches of what would become Journeyman Liquid were distilled that night at the Covell Distillery in the Ravenswood district of Chicago, and that was a rye product. In 2010, with the help of his father, a section of the historic E.K. Warren Featherbone factory in Three Oaks, Michigan was purchased. Renovations began to be able to open the doors of Journeyman Distillery to the public in 2011. So, I mean, think about that timeline then, right? Yeah. 2000, he graduates from playing golf, moves to St. Andrews in Scotland, right? Comes back, works in a bank, right? Yeah. Bank closes, moves out to Chicago. He's working at a pizza place, meets his wife, right? He ends up doing some interning. He did fall in love with whiskey and scotch when he was in Scotland, presumably. Yeah. But his wife, she was an aspiring hospitality industry person, it seems, right? And that's to 2006, 2007. Now 2010, 2011, poof, we're buying a distillery, right? So the name of this bourbon, Featherbone, is a nod of the cap to the history of the building. Edward Kirk Warren, whose first wife was Sarah Stevens, no relation, and who ironically was a huge supporter of Prohibition. He was an industrialist and inventor back in the late 1800s. While working at a dry goods store, Warren learned that his female clientele were dissatisfied with the whalebone used in their corsets because it would become brittle over time. Oh, okay. So Warren solved the problem with U.S. patent number 286,749 for featherbones, made from defeathered turkey feathers, discarded from a feather duster manufacturing industry. And apparently that was enough to start the Warren Featherbone Company and construction of the building in 1883 that's now occupied by Journeyman Distillery. They have a putting green behind the distillery as well. Oh, okay. So this offering is 70% organic corn, 25% organic wheat, 5% organic rye. That's the mash bill. It's blended to profile and bottled at 90 proof. It is USDA organic, certified kosher organic, certified gluten-free. There you go, Mom. Yeah. And MOSA certified organic. There's no age statement on the bottle, but we know the liquid is at least 4 years old. That's about all we know. Oh. Interestingly, there was a press release on the Journeyman website from 2012 announcing the first release of this product that stated the initial offering were aged for 1 year in 15-gallon oak barrels from Minnesota. We might have a conspiracy on our hands.
Yeah.
Right? Remember when we had that barrel, that small barrel we got you? What was it, like a 1 gallon barrel, and you put White Lightning in that?
It's downstairs.
And you aged that for like a year.
It tastes like burnt wood.
Yeah, like a burnt sawdust.
Yeah.
Right? This liquid has won some awards, including the platinum medal at the 2023 Ascot Awards. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
A gold medal at the 2021 Ascot Awards. Gear Patrol has called it the best bourbon not from Kentucky. And Forbes magazine has listed it among the 10 greatest bourbons from outside of Kentucky.
Okay.
So one other new thing, we've got our normal samples, right? We've got our neat sample, but what you have in the glass, this is new for season 3. It's a custom Ordinary Guys Bourbon cocktail.
Yeah.
Right. So this one today, this is the Ordinary Guys Bourbon Double Old Fashioned.
Okay.
Right. And I'll put the recipe on the bottom of the screen. I know how to do that. This has 4 ounces of bourbon.
Yeah.
And then you skip the 1 teaspoon of simple syrup.
Right.
Skip the Angostura bitters.
Yeah.
Right. 2 to 3 dashes. Skip those. Skip the orange peel. Right. Skip the cherry garnish.
So it's bourbon on the rocks.
It's serve over ice.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's an Ordinary Guys Bourbon Double Old Fashioned.
Right.
Yeah.
On the rocks.
On the rocks. Yeah. So that's what we've got here. So, well, we got to get to it. We're backwards.
I know.
Cheers.
Cheers again.
Journeyman Distillery. I should say this is batch 306 and bottle 284. That might make a difference, right? I mean, people might say that the late 200 batches were particularly spicy. Maybe, I don't know. But that's this.
I think I don't prefer the neat sample. I prefer it on the rocks.
Yeah.
A little bit of a bite to it.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit strong.
Would you say it's 90 proof?
90 proof. I didn't notice this. It says distilling bourbon is distilling bourbon is classically American, no matter where you've been or where you're going. Take a moment to appreciate the history of this bottle. There is a well of genuine spirit here. That's nice. Well, let's get into the scoring. I mean, I like that it's a Michigan product. I'll say that much.
Right.
The Heritage, I'm kind of mixed on the Heritage. So the maximum for Heritage is 15. So some of the scales have changed a little bit because now we got 5 categories.
Right.
What do you think?
I'm thinking maybe a 4 for Heritage. It's not that old.
Yeah.
2010, 2011.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a 4. Taste and drinkability, still the largest score comes in this category.
Right.
Maximum still 40. I wanted to preserve that. I don't mind it in the old fashioned.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
I think I might give it maybe a 30. It's pretty good.
I don't know if I'm that high. I'm gonna go with a 28 though.
Oh boy.
So that's pretty high.
That's close. Affordability, you said it was
affordability. I think this was a $42.99. So you see a lot of craft places that are really, really juicing their prices up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like when they came into the market, they've got to try to recoup their funds.
Yeah.
But they're not gouging the consumer. I don't think this is very, very expensive. You got the additional cost of the wax. Some companies don't have that. Right, the bottle's it's a unique bottle. It's not just we're getting ahead of ourselves, but there's cost associated with this.
Right.
So to put the liquid in there and sell it for $42.99, that.
So what are you thinking?
I mean, it's still not $27, right? It's not $30. I'm gonna go with, but I like it considering that they're new. I'm gonna give it a 12.
Oh. I was gonna give it a 15.
Well, you be you.
Availability, I've seen this at Total Wine, I've seen it at Myers, I've seen it at a lot of places, so.
Yeah, you know what I didn't think though? So I agree with you, widely available in Michigan. widely available in Indiana, Illinois, right? But I wonder what the distribution is for. I mean, the Ordinary Guys Bourbon as a program, we're growing rapidly, right? So what if our viewership in California is saying, I've never heard of this. What are you talking about? Right?
There you go. Yeah.
I should have looked that up. I didn't.
Putting that in the formula, I think I'm going to give it a 10.
Yeah. I'm with you on the 10 because I don't know. Maybe put an asterisk next to that. Being ignorant.
The design, they're sort of copying, what is it, Maker's Mark, where they dip the thing in wax?
Yeah, but a lot of companies do the wax.
Do they?
I think, right? Like there was one we just had like Pinhook. They've got all theirs, and the wax is different colors, signifying something about like what kind of bourbon it is, or what year it is. But I agree. It is, and I personally, I never care for the wax stuff.
No.
Like I don't like separating it out. And then when you've got the cork in there, right? Even getting the cork out.
You had to cut it?
It
didn't have the little ribbon like Maker's Mark.
No, it had the ribbon, but I'm saying removing the cork now because this is a smaller diameter than where the bulbous wax area is. You have to like really just grab onto the cork. But like the label's nice, the packaging is nice. I like the shape of the bottle. I like its sturdiness. I like it I like how these could stack up like 5 deep.
Yeah.
Right. Maximum 10 for design. I'm gonna give it
I give it a 6.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
So what do you have as your overall?
I got a 65.
65, got a 62.
Yeah, close.
63.5 average.
That's good.
So that's Journeyman Distillery. This is season 3, and we'll keep on working on this to make the product better every single episode. Until next time, from Ordinary Guys Bourbon. Cheers.
Cheers.